Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. It's Friday. We made it. We made it to the end of the week. Markets are down today. Dow down about 800, NASDAQ down about 400, S&P down about 100. It's a bloodbath out there in the markets, but well, I was kind of expecting some of this. This is the pullback that I was expecting. We pulled back, we filled the gaps, right? We gapped up, and now we pulled back and we filled the gaps. And what's interesting is now we have gaps above us because we've gapped down and gapped down again. Now, will the lows hold the recent lows? I actually think they will. We may come down and retest those lows. Today I started to put a little money to work right before I'm recording this. Just a couple of positions in the SPY. That's it. Nothing crazy. But I think that we're going to get a short covering rally. Right now, I say I have small positions on because I am expecting probably on Monday we might see some more downside action. Next week we might see some more downside action because we have a volatile week. Next week we have the Federal Reserve meeting on Wednesday, right? Now they're going to just raise 50 basis points and we'll see how that plays out. And then on Friday we have options expiring. So you're going to get a lot of volatility, a lot of up and down, and the down is where you want to be starting to nibble at this market. This market is going to have a big short covering rally into the end of the month. That's my prediction. I mean, you, of course, do what you want. This is just what I'm doing. I'm starting to nibble, expecting a big short covering rally going into the end of June. End of June's the end of the quarter. They're going to want this market back up by then. We'll see how that plays out. Now, okay, so we got the gaps down. Now, why are we down so far on the 800 points? We'll probably close down 1,000 points on the Dow today. Why? Well, because the inflation number comes out. Now, the inflation is running hot again. Now, they'll tell you it's 8.6, but me and you, we know it's like 15, 20% easy. If they measured the way they did back in the 70s, that would be reflected. Now, inflation has taken down many empires. I don't think the United States is going to be the exception to the rule. Inflation can bring down the United States. Hyperinflation can bring a country, it can destroy a country. Look at, now we have the reserve currency now, and the reserve currency has never gone into hyperinflation. But I believe it can. We just printed too much money. We've been too irresponsible. We really have. We've been irresponsible. Look at it. Let me talk a little bit about the irresponsibleness of our lovely government. Well, we had the pandemic, right? Now I'm a real estate broker, okay? So we had this pandemic, and all the real estate brokers, they went out and they applied for this PPP loans. The PPP money, $5 billion was given to real estate brokers. Well, real estate brokers were having windfall profits, and then the government comes and says, look, you got loans for $50,000, $100,000, $300,000. You don't need to pay them back. We know you've made all that extra money selling houses, but you don't need to pay the PPP money back. You can keep it. It's our gift to you. Now, who's really got to pay for that? Well, it's the taxpayer. Me and you, we're responsible for that. And it's not just real estate agents. I'm not coming down on the real estate industry. Look at the insurance industry is doing the same thing. There's a lot of businesses out there. Heck, I think the Los Angeles Lakers got some PPP money. Joel Osteen, his church, mega church, the guy's worth over $100 million, but he took PPP money. It's just what our government does. Now, I'm not really faulting the people. I am kind of, because they have no morals, right? I mean, I'm faulting our government for being stupid enough to hand out the money, and then being stupid enough to saying, hey, nobody has to pay it back. Because as taxpayers, we like to pay for stuff like that, don't we? Don't we like to pay for stuff like that? I don't know. I just think it's wrong. That's just my little rant there. Okay, so let's go into the real estate market. Now, real estate market, now the stock market, You can see how it's tanking today. Well, the real estate market's tanking also, but it's kind of invisible. You don't see it because with stocks, you just push the button as fast as you can and you get out of everything like that. How do you get out of real estate? You don't push the button, right? You got to go and get your home ready to sell. You got to put it on the market. You got to go through the process. You got to go through escrow. You got to pray that it closes once you do find a buyer. Look at things aren't closing right now. They're falling out of escrow. They're coming back onto the marketplace. Now, anyways, we've got mortgage applications. Mortgage applications at a 22-year low. Now, 87% of people buy homes with a mortgage. And now think about that. It's at a 22-year low. What direction do you think real estate prices are going? I think there's going to be some major price improvements. That's the way us real estate agents, we say price reduction. That's going to be in your area too. Maybe not your area, but you know what I'm talking about. It's going to come down. Look at listings are exploding onto the marketplace. They're just exploding on, right? More and more are coming on. 107,000 new listings came on last month. That was a record. Okay. So anyways, they're coming onto the marketplace. But here's what's really fascinating to me. Okay. They're coming on below the price that Zillow says it's worth. Okay, so let's say Zillow says your home's worth $700,000 and you're the seller. Every seller, they go on Zillow to look what their home's worth before they call up the realtor to come over and list the home. Now, look, I've got people where Zillow price says it's worth $4 million, but they want $6 million for it. And I have to talk them down off the ledge. I go, I can't get you $6 million. We can try for $4.5. But my point really is that Zillow prices don't mean a thing. They're not accurate, and people look at them, sellers look at them, sellers hate to list below the Zillow price, but that's what I'm seeing a lot of right now. The listings that are coming on are below the Zestimate. I think that's what Zillow calls their estimates, below the Zestimate, right? They're dropping the price even before it goes onto the market because they want to get under what Billy Bob sold his house for. They want to get out. They're starting to see some desperation in the real estate market. Now, why is there desperation in that market? Oh, look at mortgage rates. They're going like this. Back in December, they were down below 3%. 6 months later, we're at 5.5, headed towards 6. Today, just today, the 10-year yield rose above 3.11%. That's going to push, I'm telling you, it's going to push mortgage rates higher. And mortgage rates are not going to slow down. I think by August, they'll be 7%. They could reach 8%. They're 6%. I think we're already there. But what I'm saying is the real estate market is starting to tank. It's starting to tank. You don't see it because it's invisible, because the sellers are still in the frame of mind. I got to get what Billy Bob got. He got a high price. I don't want to sell down here, but it's already tanking. The stock market, that's pretty obvious. It's tanking, and it's tanking on those inflation numbers. Those inflation numbers were brutal, just brutal. Now, I'm telling you, I want to talk a little bit about what's called the wealth transfer. Okay, so now, I am impressed with I went and looked at the analytics on my channel, and it's very interesting to me. 70% of people that watch me are between the ages of 25 and 45. I'm impressed with that. I thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you guys for watching. But I thought older people were watching me because I'm clearly in the baby boomer generation. But a lot of younger people are watching me, and they've never seen down markets. They've never seen where this market goes like that, where it just starts to free fall. Look at, okay, so I've lived through a lot. I've been a real estate broker for over 40 years. Yeah, over 40 years I've been selling houses. But here's the thing. Okay, so back in 2008, we had these things. They were called short sales, right? Now, I'll just tell you a couple of quick stories about ones I was involved with. All right, so this gal, she bought 2 houses out there in Merced, California. And she bought them for $400,000 and she put $200,000 down. These were investments for her. They were going to be investments for her. So she bought them at $400,000, put 50% down, $200,000, right? Okay, well, when the great financial crisis happened, those went from $400,000, dropped all the way down to $100,000. That's 75% off. Now, I'm calling for a 50% off in this next drop, but they went from $400,000 down to $100,000. I know this for a fact because I was the broker on the short sale. She bought them at $400,000, put $200,000 down, but she still owed $200,000. And I explained to her, I go, well, look, to sell these, you got to come up with another $100,000. Well, I don't want to do that. Nobody does, but that's what you got to do. She goes, no, I just will give the keys back to the bank then. Well, I call up the bank and I go, look, she's going to just hand you the keys. You want me to sell these for you? I can get rid of them at $100,000. The bank says to do it. They say take $100,000 each of them. I sold two of them for $100,000 and $100,000. So she lost $200,000 twice. She lost $400,000. The bank lost $100,000 twice. The bank lost $200,000. And the guy that picked these up got them for $100,000 a piece. You know where they're at right now? Right now they're sitting at $500,000. That was a wealth transfer from the girl that I sold the houses for and the bank lost money too, to this gentleman that bought these two properties, and he just made $400,000 each one. Right now he's sitting on it. They hadn't sold them yet. They're at $500,000. Now he may ride this cycle down. They may come back to $100,000. It may happen again. I had another friend of mine now. Anyways, okay, I was involved in this one. People bought the house up in Fairfield. Fairfield's up above Vallejo, California. $750,000 they paid for it. They put $150,000 down, so $600,000, right? Okay, well, the prices started to drop, and it was dropped all the way from $750,000. Probably went up as high as $800,000 at one time, but dropped down to $200,000, right? That's once again 75% off. That's a different city. That was Merced we just talked about. This is Fairfield, going from 800 down to 200. Now my friend bought it at 200, right? So we went in and bought it from the bank at 200,000. The bank lost, they lost 400,000, and the people that bought it there, they lost their 150,000. And my friend picked it up. The wealth transferred to him. Now he sold it 500,000. Well, you know what? It's back up to 800,000. This is going to happen all over again. The short sales are coming. The banks are recruiting me to do short sales for them. Chase, Wells Fargo, B of A, they want to onboard me so that I can do short sales for them. They know I'm a broker. They send me, come on, get ready. We got houses that are going to be coming. This is called the wealth transfer. It's happening right now. It's happening in real estate. It's happening in the stock market. The wealth transfer. Now there's going to be a reset down the road. There's going to be a reset, and we're going to talk more about that in future episodes. But you young people that are watching me, you're going to get opportunities. Opportunities are going to come your way. Yes, I'll be the first to admit the baby boomers, we kind of screwed things up a little bit, didn't we? I mean, we left you with $31 trillion in debt, $200 trillion in unfunded liabilities, but after the reset comes and the pain happens, the opportunities are going to be there for you. The country will rise again. Right now, the country's not going in the right direction. Just my opinion. Anyways, I got on a little rant today, didn't I? Wow, that was interesting. Okay, well, I'm Tall Mike. It's a Friday. Get out there. Have a great weekend. If you like the rant, hey, give me the thumbs up. Why not? Friday, I could use the thumbs up. Helps my algorithms. Get out there. Have a great weekend. Everybody hit the subscribe, and we'll talk next week. Bye-bye now.